What's going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video. This is going to be a new type of video. This is going to be a tournament. You guys are going to vote in the comments below what roller coaster you want to win in each matchup, like I did with the 200 subscriber tournament. But now I have 235 subscribers, a few extra subscribers from before, and this is a new tournament. I just made up this idea recently about using this machine here to pick the matchups. So I'm gonna have a bunch of random matchups. It could be a good coaster versus a good coaster, a bad coaster versus a bad coaster, possibly. Let's just see what happens, and I'm gonna remove that choice. There's about 30 roller coasters in here, so a little over half the coasters will be chosen. Let's do this. The first coaster we have is the Smiler. And the Smiler will be versing a little bit of a better coaster than it possibly, or even a worse coaster. So we're going to remove the Smiler and roll again. It's going to be matching up against Loch Ness Monster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. This is going to be a pretty interesting matchup, an old school looping coaster versus a fairly new looping coaster. So this is going to be an interesting first matchup. I forgot about removing Loch Ness Monster. So, okay, I'm going to remove Loch Ness Monster because I already put it in there. So let's just move on to the machine. So, yeah. Magnum XL 200 is going to be in the next matchup. We're moving on to the next matchup. We are removing Magnum from the machine as we get our next coaster here, and it is going to be Mystic Timbers at Kings Island. This is going to be a battle of coasters in Ohio right here. So those are our first two matchups, the Smiler versus the Loch Ness Monster, and Magnum XL 200 versus Mystic Timbers. We still have about 12 more spots left. X2 is going to be in the next matchup. This coaster's at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It was formerly named X, and it had a pretty disgusting color scheme with pink track and yellow supports. But now it has a pretty cool color scheme and some cool theming like fire effects. So we're moving on to the next ride, which is going to be Blue Hawk at Six Flags Over Georgia. This coaster is a Vekoma looping coaster that used to be a terrible ride named Ninja, but now it's a pretty good coaster as it got a massive renovation, and now it has some pretty smooth track now, some new trains, and we just got Hades 360. Hades 360, pretty good wooden coaster, probably one of the most underrated rides in the world due to its crazy inversion. Next coaster we have is Griffon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Very good dive coaster. It's going to be matching up against Hades 360. And these are some interesting matchups, I will say that. So we're going to be moving on to the next few spins here. As we get the machine going, we have Wolverine Wildcat. It almost landed on a coaster from France named Goodrix, but still, Wolverine Wildcat, very bad wooden coaster. This coaster is just one of the roughest rides out there. Not that good of a ride. Moving on. we have Vekoma SLCs. I'm just gonna put Vekoma SLCs here, and you can do any Vekoma SLC you want with this one here, because Vekoma SLCs you can just choose. Some SLCs are better than others, while some are just so we're moving on to the next spin. Invader at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be here in this part of the tournament. We're going to have another coaster versing it right now. There's still a ton of coasters left on here. Gemini is the next coaster. It's going to be the Battle of the Family coasters. Gemini without racing, it's pretty much a family coaster, while Invader, even though it's a family coaster, it has some pretty fun airtime. They're kind of geared towards both these coasters are geared towards the families, so it's gonna be a pretty nice matchup in the first round. And we have Tremors at Silverwood being in the next thing here. Let's see what matchup we get here. And we get Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Raging Bull to me has the advantage, and we have 2 more spins left for the tournament before you guys know what to vote on. Or you could just skip all the way to the end of the video to see. And we have Guderick's. I knew this coaster was going to be on here. This coaster, Guderick's in France. It's considered one of the worst roller coasters in the world. And due to its awful roughness, it's just awful, so yeah. And we have another Vekoma in the tournament, Aftershock at Silverwood. And that is going to be it with the tournament. I have no more spots left. Unfortunately, we couldn't see some standout rides like Millennium Force or The Voyage or Top Thrill Dragster, but we still got some good rides. The Smiler's pretty good. Loch Ness Monster's a classic. Magnum and Mystic Timbers are both very good. X2, everyone says it's the best, one of the best coasters in the world. Blue Hawk is now a decent coaster because of the renovation it got. There's just a bunch of solid coasters on here. There are a few bad coasters in here like Guderick's and Vekoma SLCs, but there are some good coasters in here as well. So this is going to be an interesting tournament of roller coasters. You guys can vote down below what coasters you want to advance to the next round. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.